doing to actually taking a significant and powerful step forward to actually make it happen. So I want to give everybody here a round of applause. Let's give ourselves. I think that it's important for all of us to realize when I listen to the cadre of leadership as people went around the room and said what they did, I realized that this movement is so bigger than any one of us. I mean, just the leadership in this room and the strategic partners that have galvanized around this vision, it's a very humbling experience. And so I want everybody in this room, and even those who weren't able to be here today, to know that I really sincerely, and we sincerely, those of us at the New Life Movement and Project 5000, sincerely appreciate your willingness to share in this moment with our people. So thank you. Let's give ourselves. So I think it's fitting before I bring Brother Greg up to share a little bit about myself. I know many of you in the room, but there are those in the room who I'm just meeting for the first time. And so I think it's critical that I introduce myself, share a little bit about my background, and then share a little bit about what Project 5000 is and how I believe that this vision can anchor and support our unity with the Southside Community Federal Credit Union, because we have partnered with them in their campaign to raise $5 million to anchor community development. And so I'm excited to be a part of that. But just to give you a little bit of my background, I've been in real estate the last 25 years. I'm a native of Chicago. This is actually my hometown. I have been fortunate in that industry to be very successful when the market was doing well. I bought and sold over 1,000 properties, earned over $30 million in that industry. I don't say that to impress you, just to impress upon you that what you're going to hear about what we've envisioned to do and are doing in Project 5000 is really nothing new. It's something that I and some of the leadership that we've organized around this vision has always done. The only difference is we're not doing it today just to fatten our pockets. We're doing it today to improve and empower our community. So I'm excited about that. And just to kind of take the story a little further, when the market crashed, I literally found myself in a position where I literally went upside down and inside out. I went from owning a mortgage company to actually being in foreclosure myself. I always tell people I went from driving luxury vehicles to hiding luxury vehicles. From the boot man and the repo man. And so that experience was a very powerful experience for me because it really opened me up to some things that I had not considered. How many people know that breakdowns create breakthrough?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Sometimes something can break down and it'll open you up to something else that breaks through. And so the breakthrough for me was that I got introduced to direct sales. I got involved with a company called 5 Links. And that company, although many people look at that industry and they talk about, oh, that's one of those pyramid schemes. That industry and that company in particular developed my leadership. It helped me to understand that in order for us to grow our business community as a people, we have to master the power of duplication. Mm-hmm. See, the challenge with most of us, those of us who have a vision, and I know that we have a lot of visionaries in this room, most of our visions live and die with the visionary. Mm-hmm. And so even when we're successful and we're able to build mega corporations and big opportunity generating possibilities like Ebony and Jet, as John Johnson did, when that visionary dies, so does the momentum of those organizations. And so we're not building a legacy because we're not duplicating and canonizing our success. And so what Five Links taught me, and I've been with that company roughly about 8 years now, is how to take a vision, how to take a business model and duplicate that model so that we can create a turnkey opportunity for those who are interested in investing in an opportunity like that. And so today, I'm very proud to say, after 8 years and doing it all wrong, I'm $1 million earner in that industry.
All right.
Now, I don't say that once again to impress you, just to impress upon you that that experience combined with what I've learned in real estate over the years has really given me a vision for turnkey communities. And what Project 5000 is the ability to take a community and create an instant engine, no matter where that community is, with the blight that we see in the retail infrastructure as well as the housing sector. See, our vision is to create 5,000 new homeowners and investors in the city of Chicago and its surrounding areas. Now, our goal is to use that model, what we're doing here in Chicago, as a national model to duplicate all over the country. Would you agree that what we're facing here in our inner cities is really just a microcosm of the macrocosm?
Yes, sir.
See, what we're dealing with is not just happening here, it's happening across the country, anywhere where black people and people of color are concentrated. And I believe that it's not an accident that Chicago is dealing with some of the things that we're dealing with. Every great movement has started in our city.
That's right.
There's something about the Windy City that has the power to blow across every city. And so I think it's just divinely inspired. While today people are calling Chicago Chirac and we're dealing with the massive protests, 16 shots in a cover-up, it's really positioned us with a very unique opportunity to drive this vision and visions like this across the country, because we now have national and international attention. And so people are waiting to see what we're going to do here in Chicago. Now, there are some that's betting against us. There are folks that's calling Chicago, what? Chirac. Well, for me, this is not Chirac.
That's right.
I'm not worried about the violence. I'm not worried about the things that I see, because I understand that breakdowns create breakthroughs, but I don't know where you live. And I live right there on 63rd or 61st in Greenwood. I don't live in Chirac. I live in the kingdom.
That's right.
Come on now.
And so I haven't seen one murder. I know that they're happening, but that's not something that's reaching my doorstep.
Come on.
Because I just believe that we have the power to see and attract whatever we're willing to envision. And I choose not to see that with respect to our city. I see something different. I see that we can take the blight that's in our community, home ownership, and it can be an anchor to economic development.
That's right.
See, it never was about the promised sky.
That's right.
It was always about the promised what?
Land. Come on now, make it plain.
And so the land is what we have to focus on. If you're a developer and you're looking for something to develop, there's nothing left to develop. It's just our communities. And see, most of us don't see a value because we are living in the idea of Chirac. We're looking at the killings. We're looking at the murders. And so it's hard to have vision because our vision is connected to our pain. But when people come into our community, they don't see our pain. They don't even feel our pain.
Don't care.
They see opportunity. See, I don't want you to think that there's some kind of curse on the land. See, there's nothing evil about the land.